Hello and welcome to today's lesson. Today we are going to be covering Mod 7, Lesson 4. And please put the title at the top if you are taking notes, okay? So make sure you get all these sample problems down, and remember you can stop and pause the video at any point in time so you can get everything written down. All right, we have been solving equations for many weeks now, and so what we're going to look at is, can you look at the equation and tell that there's one solution, no solutions, or many solutions? All right, so let's get started. All right, so when we look here, we have three different problems, and they want to know, what we want to know is if there's one solution, if there's many solutions, or none, or no solutions. So we've been saying for this many solutions, we've been saying all real numbers. Okay, so it's the same thing that we have been doing. So let's look at this. Let's look at number 2. So take a second. If you need to, pause the video, get it copied down. All right, so when we look at this, and let's look at getting our x's together. I always like to get my letters first. So minus 2x minus 2x. So we're going to have 1 equals 3x minus 8. All right, and we can keep going, and we're going to add 8 to both sides. So 9 equals 3x. All right, then we can divide by 3. So 3 equals x. Okay, so what happened here? What do we have? One solution, infinitely many solutions, or all real numbers, or do we have no solutions? Well, we actually have a solution. The solution is 3. So the answer here is going to be one solution, and we actually went all the way and actually found the solution. Could any of you gone way back to the beginning and looked at it and known when we subtracted 2x from both sides, we now have 3x? The x's are not going to cancel out. And because they're not going to cancel out, that means we're going to have one solution. All right, let's try this next one. All right, I see this parentheses over here, so it looks like I'm going to need to do the distributive property. So 4 times 3 is going to be 12x, and 3 times 3 is going to be 9. All right, I'm just going to copy the rest of the problem. All right, I like to get my letters together. So if we look here, we have an x on one side, x on the other. So I'm going to subtract 12x from both sides. And when I do, this x cancels out, and I'm left with 9 minus 2, which is 7. And over here, oh, look at 12x minus 12x. This cancels out also, and I'm left with 7. So what happened here is my x's canceled out, and I'm left with 7 equals 7, so this is a true statement. So what happens here, this answer is all real numbers. Okay, now this one, in this unit, they might be just calling it infinitely many solutions. So it might just say infinite solutions. Okay, so sometimes it's worded a little bit different, but infinite solutions or all real numbers. And you see what happened here is our x's canceled out. So some of you could go way back here to this statement here where you see a 12x on one side and a 12x on the other, and you're like, oh, those are going to cross off. So now what am I left with? Well, you're left with 7 equals 7, so that's why I'm going to end up with infinite solutions. All right, let's look at number 4 here. Okay, so take a second, copy that down. So now if you look here, I've got a 3x on one side and a 3x on the other. If I subtract 3x from both sides, I'm left with that canceling out, and negative 9 equals 5. This is going to cancel out. Well, does negative 9 equal 5? No, it does not. That is a false statement. So there are no solutions to this problem. Okay, so basically what we're going back to is, can you look and see, are your x's going to cancel out? All right, here's a couple more problems for you to try. So look at number 6, look at number 7. So stop the video, work them out, and see what answers you get. Is there one solution, 0 solutions, or infinitely many solutions? All right, let's look at 6. If we subtract x and subtract x, it's going to cancel out here, but over here, I'm still going to have a 2x. It doesn't matter what these other numbers are going to be, I am still going to have an x, which means that there is going to be one solution. I am going to be able to work this all the way out and find an answer. All right, let's look at 7 here. It looks like I'm going to have to do my distributive property. So I have 8x plus 4, and I have 4 times 2x, which is 8x, and 4 times 1 is 4. Now, when you look on both sides of this equal sign here, I have an 8x here and an 8x here. They're exactly the same thing. So what's going to happen when I subtract 8x from both sides? It's going to cancel. And you're left with 4 equals 4. Well, that's true. So that means that there are going to be infinitely many solutions. Okay, so we're really just looking, is that x going to cancel out or not? All right, here are the last 4. So why don't you stop the video, you try all 4 of these and see what happens. Is there one solution, no solutions, or are there infinite solutions? So you take a time and you try these and then turn the video back on and check it out. All right, let's look here at number 1. When you take 7x plus 2x, you get 9x equals 9x minus 1. Well, if you look, you have 9 x's on both sides. So when I subtract 9x from both sides, I'm going to get 0 equals negative 1. Does 0 equal negative 1? Nope. So number 1 is no solutions. All right, let's look at number 2 here. So I'm going to distribute, and I'm going to get 10x plus 35. And on this other side, I'm going to get, oh, I have 10x plus 35. It's the exact same thing on both sides. So this 10x is going to cancel with that, and you're left with 35 equals 35. And because that's a true statement, that means that there are going to be infinite solutions. Infinite solutions. All right, let's look at number 3 here. It looks like I'm going to have to do this distributive property on the right-hand side. So I have 18x minus 21. And now let's do the distributive. 3 times 6x is 18x. And 3 times negative 8 is negative 24. All right, I have an 18x on one side, 18x on the other side. So when I subtract them, they're going to cancel. Does negative 21 equal negative 24? And no, it does not. So there are no solutions for number 3. All right, number 4, 5x plus 9, nothing to combine there. Here I have 2x plus 2x, that is 4x minus 4. So I'm going to have 5x plus 9. All right, if you look here, I've got a 5x on one side and a 4x on the other. So what's going to happen? In the green, they canceled out. In the red, they canceled out. In the blue, they canceled out. Are they going to cancel out here? No. So when you subtract 4x from both sides, 5x minus 4x still leaves us with 1x. So if that is the case, that means there is going to be one solution. Now they're actually not asking you to solve it. They just want to know, Are you expecting one solution, no solutions, or infinite solutions? And so in number 4, we are expecting one solution. All right, hope this helps and good luck with your homework assignment.